Well, hello again to all the boys and girls out there in YouTube land watching. Georgia Beer Reviews back at you today with another one. What I'm looking at is a beer from Medusa Brewing out of Hudson, Mass. This is the Soft Machine Hazy IPA. It clocks in at 6.5. Is that right? Yep, 6.5% alcohol. Um, so, Medusa Brewing, are out of Hudson, Massachusetts. I've been to the brewery before, but I've noticed that on the label it says brewed and packaged by Medusa Brewing Company, 100 Clinton Street in Framingham, Mass. Well, that is the address of Jack's Abbey Craft Lagers. So Jack's Abbey is a brewery in Framingham, Massachusetts, and I guess, based off of this label and these very specific address of Jack's Abbey on the label, I guess Jack's Abbey is contract brewing beer for Medusa now. They still do have the location in Hudson, so they're making beer there as well. But Jack's Abbey is a much larger operation, so not sure when they started contract brewing the beer. It's been within the last couple of years because I've had some of their beers, a few years ago, and it still said Hudson, Massachusetts on the label. Now, all the newer stuff says Framingham, Massachusetts. So, kind of a cool label there. Soft Machine Hazy IPA. And it does say, or have a little bit of a description on the label, which I'll read really quickly. This hazy IPA delivers up a trio of the most lush hop varieties known to man or machine. The massive stone fruit payload of Galaxy, Vic Secrets, fusion of pineapple and pine, and the complex tropical medley of El Dorado. Soft Machine is packed with flaked oats and wheat for a delicate, velvety body that yields all the bandwidth to its mighty array of gorgeous hops. This was canned on October 4th, 2024. We're just into January, so over 2 months old at the time of this recording. So not super fresh, but not terrible for this beer. So let's go ahead and pour it up. See what we're working with here. It was about $10 for the 4 pack, which is pretty cheap. Craft beer prices these days. 16-ounce cans. It's a nice orange, hazy appearance. 3 fingers worth of a slightly off-white, relatively creamy-looking head. The aroma, tangerine citrus, touch of grapefruit, some bready malt aromas, a little bit, just a little bit of like a cereal grain type note with this one as well. It smells really good, very citrus forward. So without further ado, let's get into this brew. Cheers, guys. Really enjoyable. Very citrusy, very pithy up front, which is making it a little bit more bitter, but it's very nicely balanced. This is really enjoyable. I just topped off the beer. Look at that beautiful head, beautiful appearance. So, grapefruit, tangerine citrus, nice, kind of almost like wheat malt character in the middle of the sip. A little bit of that cereal grain, but not quite as much as I was detecting on the aroma. It just had like a sweet, almost like a Honey Nut Cheerios type of aroma. But that doesn't translate so much on the palate. The primary taste, at least initially, is that pithy citrus, tangerine, grapefruit, little bit of bitterness with that, and then it leads into that wheat malt character in the middle of the sip. Then the back end, it's pretty juicy all the way through, and then as you swallow it down, it does slightly dry out the palate. Um, but it's not a full dry finish. The juiciness kind of lingers a little bit, but after you swallow it down, the alcohol kind of evaporates, and it does have a drying effect, as most alcoholic beverages do. Um, this is a really nicely balanced beer. It is a little bit more bitter than what I typically drink with the IPAs, but I think that that pithy bitterness, the citrus, tangerine, and grapefruit, the bready notes in the middle with a slight cereal grain note, the bite on the finish. I mean, it's just it's all rounded out very well. Medium carbonation for sure, and the body is relatively light. 6.5%. You could drink a few of these. You know, you drink so many, or I drink so many of these double, triple IPAs nowadays, which are delicious, but they're full on like New England juice bombs, and they're thick. This one has a little bit more of an easy drinking body as far as like sessionability is concerned. You could definitely drink a few more of these than you could some of the other IPAs that are out there these days. Um, I'm going to give this a 94 out of 100. I think it's a pretty solid A. I think they did exactly what they intended to do with this beer. It's nice and citrus forward, bready in the middle, a little bit of a hot bite on the back end, but it's not too bitter. It's well rounded. It's not too heavy at all. It's short lived on the finish. It's refreshing, crisp, clean. It's yeah, it's a great. Well, it's an excellent beer. Um, 94 out of 100 for the Soft Machine from Medusa Brewing Company. If you're ever in Hudson, Massachusetts, visit their tap room. They have a really great location right in the center of town. It's a really nice area to walk around in. When I went a couple of years ago, it was wintertime, and they had ice sculptures all lined up down the street. It was really quite a cool experience. And yeah, there you go. So, 94 out of 100 for the Soft Machine. That'll do it for this review, folks. Buy it, try it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And we'll see you on the next one. Until then, cheers, everybody.